Welcome to our very first Why Nelson University podcast. We're excited to be recording this at White Rhino here in Waxahachie, Texas. And by means of introduction, my name is Rick Bowles, and I happen to serve as the Vice President for Advancement here at Nelson University. My co-host is Senior Director of Alumni, James Carnell. This is not our first rodeo. We've done a couple of podcasts in the past, but this is a new format and location for us. So how's things going today for Mr. Carnell?
Hey, it's going great. It's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little song with Forrest Frank going on. But yeah, it's a great day. And it's really exciting to be here at White Rhino. I'm enjoying the free coffee. Thank you so much. A little plug here, shameless plug, White Rhino Coffee. It's the way to get your day started.
Excuse me, that's not in the script.
Oh,
No.
It's not. Okay, yeah.
But no, we are happy to be here, and we appreciate their hospitality. So our previous podcast was called It's a Great Day at SAGU. Mm-hmm. Well, it's still a great day,
it is,
as you have noted, but we're no longer SAGU.
What?
So that creates a lot of questions of why did we change our name and all those kind of things. So
yeah, why did you change our name, Rick?
Well, we are all a united front.
We
right?
are, aren't we? Yes.
But and I've had people ask me, how did you go about dealing with the change? And I've been working with the president and fellow cabinet members for 4 years, and honestly, I mean, there were times that I thought, man, we shouldn't change the name, and then I went, yeah, I think it's a great idea. And then as we went through the process of looking through several different names. When Nelson University came up as an option, I wasn't real excited about it at first. But when I began to delve deeper into our founder, and we'll talk about him here in a little bit, but as I began to kind of delve into his story, his past, I got really excited about the fact that we are honoring P.C. Nelson as the new name. For our university. So you've traveled some, I've traveled some the last few months explaining this to various groups of people. So what are some of the top 2 or 3 things that you share with people as to why we've changed our name?
Yeah, and it's interesting. As the alumni director, I have a lot of interaction with former students, and that's where a lot of the concerns come from, the questions come from, because, it is their alma mater, and they have a loyalty base. Most of the questions have come from our students that only attended from SAGU from 94 to present. That's where a lot of the more of the concerns have come from, which is interesting to note. But one of the things that the question we get all the time is, why are we changing the name? We love SAGU, et cetera, et cetera. And I first of all start off by explaining that we've had many name changes, and most students don't know that, most alum don't know that, is that we've had multiple names. In 1927, when it was founded by P.C. Nelson, it was Southwestern Bible School.
Actually, yeah, Bible School.
Bible
right.
School.
Mm-hmm.
That was in Enid, Oklahoma. But in 1931, there was another school called Shield of Faith in Amarillo, Texas. There was Southern Bible Institute in Houston, Texas. And then there was another school, South Central Bible Institute. They all merged to become one school, and it became Southwestern Bible Institute. So that was a bunch of name changes right there. Well, that stayed that way until 1963, when they changed their name to Southwestern Assemblies of God College. And it was, when I went to school, it was Southwestern Assemblies of God College. Same thing with you. And that stayed there until 1994, when they declared their Board of Regents met and voted unanimously to change it to Southwestern Assemblies of God University. So we've seen all of these changes over the years. So for those of us who are a little bit older, it's not anything new. We've all gone through it. So we talk about, I explain change is normal. One of the reasons behind it is based on the fact that it's difficult to explain the differences between our university and a Southwest Georgetown or Southwest Theological Seminary or Southwest Adventist, and we're all in a geographically similar area. So, there was confusion there. The name is cumbersome, Southwestern Assemblies of God University, and it takes a lot to say it. So everybody would just shorten it and say Southwestern, and well, then you had to explain where. One of the other things.
I'm already tired from that.
Yeah, and then you have the denominational aspect. That was a hindrance because we have a majority of our large part of our student body are non-Assemblies of God, and we're continuing to attract a large student body that is non-Assemblies of God. So that initially, just for recruitment's sake, was a negative because they were like, "Well, I'm not Assemblies of God. Can I still attend this university?" And just like many churches today have taken their denominational name out of their name, it actually opens a door for more people to check out their church or check out their university without being a automatic roadblock. Well, I'm not that, so I can't go there. So that was another reason. Our missionaries also expressed issue with the fact that when they had Assemblies of God on their diploma, they were being denied access to sensitive countries. Because they had Assemblies of God, they were not given visas, so they were not allowed to go and fulfill their calling in that particular country. We've had alums in the United States also express that they were looked over for promotion or denied employment because Assemblies of God, they were assumed that they were going to be bigoted or have a certain worldview, and so they were not allowed to gain employment. So there's a variety of reasons, but the cool thing about it is through this whole process, our president communicated with our staff, with everyone, that we will not change who we are. Our core values will remain the same. Matter of fact, we're going back to look forward. In other words, we're anchoring down into the principles established by our founder, P.C. Nelson. And so it's really key that and so appropriate that we have his name, because this is what he founded this university to be, to train up men and women to be, whether it's in the workplace, in the farm, at home, in the business, wherever they may be, to be students of the Word of God, to be able to reach their world with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and now we call it marketplace and vocational ministry. And we do, speaking of that, we have 70-plus degrees here at Nelson University. And we, people may not know this, but we have incredible business degree programs. We have some of the best education here locally. One of our previous superintendents of our school district, I was in a meeting with her and several other people, and I was given an update, and she said, let me interrupt you. She said, we try to hire the teachers out of your university before they're completely finished because we think they are the best. And a lot of that's, character and just the ability to have the confidence that they're going to be the best employees they can get. And we have even this group of guys that we'll mention here a little bit later, but our digital media arts program is going great. We've just started kinesiology, and that's going to grow. I'm missing a lot. Church ministries, there's 17 to 18 different specializations or actually degree programs under our church ministry program.
Our ClinPsych program.
Yeah, criminals.
Criminal justice.
Yes, thank you, sir.
CJ.
And so there's a lot of things that maybe people don't realize. There was for years people thought we were just a Bible college, and we're excited and we're thankful that there have been thousands of missionaries that go out. We have pastors all over the world. Yeah. We have youth pastors. There's so many different people, but we're more than that. We are a Christian university that does not have mission drift. We know who we are, and we want our students to walk away with a spiritual foundation so that they can really impact the kingdom in their world. Yeah. And so all of that vision was started by P.C. Nelson, and we'll get into that a little bit more. But just recently, we had our first ever gala.
Oh, yes, that was exciting.
In downtown Dallas. Yeah. And it was a huge success. We had you actually dressed up. You took a shower. You were in a tux. You fixed your hair. I think you even shaved. And,
yes, I think I did.
But it was great to see people in tuxes and nice suits, and women were dressed incredibly well. But beyond all that, we had just a wonderful time of fellowship. We got to see some of our alumni, and the age groups were young to kind of old, I'm kind of in
Were
that.
you
I'm not
the kind of old?
Not old.
No, okay.
But it just the fellowship that we had. But we had a special speaker. Governor Mike Huckabee came in. And you and I were talking about this a day or so ago, but what are some of the things that you remember that maybe is a highlight to what he shared at the gala?
Well, I was very excited to meet him in person. I followed his TV program, and when he ran for office, was definitely he was one of my front running candidates back in those days. But I really loved how he brought out a couple things we've already mentioned. Number one, that we need Christian universities today more than ever because of our drift in our worldview. Even our churches have lost their biblical worldview, and we have sent our students to secular universities that are receiving not just a non-Christian but an anti-Christian worldview, and they're being reprogrammed basically. And he said we need to raise up men and women with a Christian worldview, be able to go into the marketplace, be able to go into the pulpits, and to be able to have a firm foundation in why they believe what they believe. He mentioned it. He said, people of the book. And I just love that. And he really had a strong admonition for the necessity, the need for Christian education in this day and age. And that just, I think he probably could hire him as our marketing director. He did such a wonderful job in espousing the need for higher Christian education.
Sure, and we realize that not everyone's going to go to a Christian university, but we've always encouraged, I've encouraged even folks who kind of come to me and say, well, maybe you don't have the degree that we want, but what if they came for a year or two and got the foundation and got that maybe some of the foundational programs courses that they needed, but also just the spiritual foundation. I'm not going to reminisce back in my day, but I tell you, my 4 years at the time, Southwestern Assemblies of God College, really set me up for success because it gave me so much of a biblical foundation. And I think that's important for today. And that's really what he was saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so it was great. It was a good time. We were talking a little bit already about P.C. Nelson, our founder. You've mentioned a couple of the answers I was going to give you as questions, but that's all right. That's all right.
It's almost like I knew.
Yeah.
Almost.
Amazing. But I bet maybe you might not know this.
Oh, well.
What month? You mentioned 1927.
Yes.
So what month did they actually start? Now, there was May was when they kind of said, okay, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But October, I think, was the first date of I'm sorry, I just gave you the answer.
Yeah, you did. But that's okay. I knew the answer.
Okay, you did.
You see, I do teach the S3 class, History of Nelson University.
And what is S3?
S3 is Students for Success.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's freshmen coming in.
It's incoming students. No matter if they're freshmen or
okay.
sophomores or juniors, it's their first semester they have to take this class. And I get to go to each class and teach the history.
So you're saying you know the history.
I teach this, yeah.
Wow.
It's on my PowerPoint.
I am so impressed with you.
Well, let me tell you, there was a chance meeting.
First that they would even allow you to teach. But,
So, I know. I give them candy so the students will listen.
there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's kind of fun. I bribe them. But one of the cool things is these three schools came together at a chance meeting.
Yeah.
There was just, it was not programmed. It wasn't set up. They just all happened to show up at the same offices at the same time and brought up the discussion of potential merging. And that's how this all transpired. And then, of course, in October of that year, they ratified it, said, yes, let's do that. And so that's how we actually received our start.
So do you know how many languages our founder, P.C. Nelson, spoke?
I do. He spoke proficient 25 different languages. He was proficient in reading and writing 25 languages.
Wow.
Yes.
See, I thought it was only 8.
No, 25.
So you've got your facts.
I do have my facts.
Because you teach this.
I do teach this.
Okay.
He actually, his favorite thing to do was to read and to study the Bible in the original Greek and Hebrew. Mm-hmm. He could speak it and read it. It was amazing. This man was brilliant.
Do you know what his motto or vision was? And we kind of use it as our motto now, but what was it?
Yeah, well, his shortened version, the whole gospel for the whole world. And that was really profound. And, of course, then his statement that he had when he founded the school in Enid, Oklahoma, was to raise up men and women, whether in the, like I said earlier, whether in the business, at home, on the farm, that they would be able to be students of the Word of God and to be able to share the gospel of Jesus Christ wherever they go.
One of the stories that I have read about those days of early beginnings, and by the way, we have an original book that was written about P.C. Nelson, and just recently we've done an abridged version. It's a smaller version, but we've also added the modern day campus. So we've got those. If anybody wants some, we'd love to.
Where can they get that at?
They can just email alumni at nelson.edu. Isn't that good?
Wow, you did good on that.
We can talk about that. But as I was reading the story of the early days, now this was during the Depression. Part of this was during the Depression.
Right after World War II.
And the story goes that they had run out of money, they had run out of food, and they, at the time, probably only had 30 to 40 students. This was fairly new when they had launched the college. But they had pretty much run out of food, and P.C. Nelson and the faculty and some of the administration, the few people there, sent the students off for a walk.
I love
and they said, we got to pray because, lunch is coming up and we don't have a lot of food to feed. And sure enough, as the students were coming back, this truck from nowhere, they had no idea that it was coming, backed up with all kinds of meat and food and produce, and it's just kind of a testimony to really what prayer does. And they just laid it out there and said, God, you've called us to start this Bible school, which became a college and then university. You've called us to do this. It's tough times, and thank you for the and there's story after story.
Oh yeah, so many stories I've heard along those lines. And new student would come on campus, they would have to go to the dime store to pick up a new set of plate, silverware cup, for them to use.
Yeah,
powerful stories.
The churches around the Oklahoma, Texas, and various different states, P.C. Nelson would mail them letters and say, hey, if you could just support the school, get this, $25 a month. If so many could do it, we could really be stronger. Nowadays, we just kind of laugh at that, but that was back during those times, those tough times, and some churches couldn't even do $25 a year. We're talking about a year, not a month. We're talking about a year.
Yeah.
And some would give $1, some would give $5.
Yeah.
But it helped out. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Well, the name change officially took place on August 1st of this year. And then the question I get asked is, how has it impacted our enrollment so far? Well, we're just into it, but I am happy to say that we have seen an overall increase over the last 2 years. There's a genuine excitement around the campus, and even with alumni we've talked to, I'm kind of amazed that even here in Waxahachie, I can go to a restaurant and wear my Nelson shirt, and someone will say, "Oh, you're with Nelson. I've heard you guys changed your name." It's kind of amazing how the word has gotten out, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Because it's PR.
Yes.
And so that's really good.
Yeah, they say any press is good press.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know about that, but yeah. Well, let's kind of move on.
Yes.
You oversee homecoming.
I do.
At our university, and it's coming up pretty soon. So give me a few highlights of some things that, whether you're an alumnus or not, because there's a thing on Thursday night and then on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon that anyone in the community can come to, whether they're alumni or not. So kind of give us an overview of some things we can expect this homecoming.
Yeah, we're really excited. Every year we have the privilege of putting on the events for homecoming, and it's been very exciting to do, and this year is a little different. We've never had a gala before, so we had a gala, just a couple of weeks ago, just last week, and it was a great event. But normally we have that type of event during homecoming.
We have a banquet, celebration banquet.
We have a celebration
We don't
banquet.
wear tuxes, but yeah.
But now it's changed, so now we're not doing that celebration banquet, so we changed that out. So there's a little bit of a different feel to this year's homecoming, so we're excited. We kick off on Thursday night with our a homecoming basketball game. We're very excited about that because it's our first home basketball game.
And
we do something very exciting.
what's it called?
It's called Texas Snowstorm.
And what does that mean?
That means after the very first home basket by the home team, everybody in the stand has ping pong balls, and they throw them out onto the court and create a Texas whiteout, if you will, a Texas snowstorm.
Seems a little dangerous to me.
It is. Everybody knows it's coming, though.
Oh,
and so we get a technical foul.
we could do. Yeah.
We do.
So we're so committed to these ping pong
We
balls.
are committed to this tradition. And so we do that. We get a technical foul, then we have to go out and clean up all the ping pong balls. And it's just a fun way to kick off the new year basketball season. So that's a great thing. So we have that at homecoming on the kickoff night on Thursday night.
And I understand. I heard a rumor that one of those years you actually were trying to throw ping pong balls at our referees. Is that true?
No.
No. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No. That is a rumor, and
Yeah.
I vehemently deny that.
Well, that's
There's
good,
no
because-
video evidence to prove
Because that's not good. That's not good
that.
sportsmanship
not.
to throw a ping pong.
No, it's not. No. But yeah, then so Friday morning we kick off the busy day, I call it. One of our, well, at least next to busiest day is Friday, which kicks off with an 8 a.m. memories breakfast. And this is where a lot of our alums come early for breakfast, be able to sit around, reminisce, tell stories. We love to hear the stories of their time at SAGU's, SAG-C, whatever they attended, SBI. And it's really great to hear their stories, some exciting stories, very interesting things that happen. Then we have our homecoming chapel, which takes place that morning. Then we're going to have a really exciting event you're heading up, which is our ribbon cutting ceremony.
But before I speak into that,
Yeah?
what happens at that chapel? We give out some awards,
We
right?
do. We recognize some of our key alumni that have been outstanding in their fields. And so we acknowledge them by giving them different awards. We have a Young Alumnus Award in Marketplace, a Young Alumnus Award in Ministry, Vocational Ministry. We do a Honorary Alumnus of the Year. We do a Faculty of the Year Award. We do a PC Nelson Award, which we gave out at the gala, but we'll be recognizing them as well. So it's a lot of those type of things we do that morning.
Well, after that chapel around 11:30, and this is November 1st that we're talking about
Correct.
here.
Now,
We have been working for the last 2 years on a brand new Lions Athletic Complex. And if you're local, you haven't seen it, come on out. We have a new turf football field. We have Olympic size track and field. We have existing baseball, softball. But as we developed that, there was an area kind of as the entrance to those three areas that were remaining as part of a gravel, just a parking lot. It was terrible looking. And one of our local businesses here partner with us on many occasions, recently donated some money so that we were able to complete that phase one. So we're going to have a ribbon cutting of the whole complex, but especially as our new entrance. We about a year and a half ago, I think it is, that we had a donation. Our mascot is Judah the Lion, so and they provided the money for a sculpture. We have several bronze sculptures on campus. This architect, Max Greiner Jr., great guy, had a bronze statue of a lion. And we had it temporarily on campus. We were able to move it out to this entryway we call the plaza. And it's beautiful. We got lights coming up. So I guess if we win, it'll show purple. If we lose, it'll show black. I don't know. But and it's just a beautiful area. That's where people will show their tickets as they walk in. So we're going to have a ribbon cutting. The Chamber of Commerce here is going to host that for us. So that'll be 11:30 on November 1st. If you want to come out, check out the new Lions Athletic Complex. There's still a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
Right now.
So phase one is
we're playing
complete.
softball and should be hosting a track meet here soon, and then the football team practices there. But we'd love to see us play football there. Our neighbors, Lumpkin Stadium, the Waxahachie Independent School District, allows us, partners with us. We play football in their stadium right now, but those are things to come. We want to develop some more of the baseball and softball areas there with some brand new bleachers and things like that. But it's a great start, and so 11:30 we're going to do a ribbon cutting. So hopefully everybody be welcome to come on out.
Come on out for that. That's open to the public, and that'll be exciting. Then we have our alumni lunch party. It's a time of trivia where we encourage our students to interact with our alumni. Lots of good prizes, gift cards. Students, if you're listening to this, yes, we give away free money. And so you want to be in the caf for lunch on Friday because it's going to be a great time. It's a lot of fun. And then that afternoon, we have an alumni softball game where we have the ladies softball team will play along with us as we bring out our alumni. It's just a fun way to interact and to connect.
I didn't play the last couple of years, but I might try to
come on out,
pull my cleats out. What do you think?
Make sure you just don't pull something else while you're out there.
That's the problem. Yeah.
As we get older, we think we can do things, but we can't. So, that's a lot of fun.
I wonder if we could get the president out there to play softball.
I hope we can. That
I know
would be nice.
He's more of a basketball player.
He is, but
he might could hit that ball.
We could put him out in left field.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
But also that night is something really new, fun that we're going to be doing this year. Instead of the celebration banquet, we're going to be doing what we call the Nelson U barbecue. And that's going to be an event where we're...
Kind of rhymes. Nelson U barbecue.
It does.
Did you come up with that?
I'm not going to admit it,
okay.
But yes.
Right. Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun event where we're actually encouraging affinity groups. Those that maybe you were Clean Psych, maybe you were business, maybe you were education, maybe you were in a certain club. Brotherhood of Barbecue, which is an organization on campus of men that barbecued.
I wouldn't really call it an organization, because they were barbecuing
and eating.
Right. Probably too close to.
I didn't say it was spiritual. I just said it was an organization.
Yeah, but I don't even think it was an organization. But anyway, we digress.
Yeah, we're going to have those events that's just a barbecue, a really laid back atmosphere where you can come and connect with your different people in your era or just in your affinity group. That's going to be fun. And then that night at 7:00, we have Collins Stock. That is a student favorite over the years. That is where it's basically a variety show on the lawn in front of Collins, and it's a great time. Last year, there was almost 400 students and adults, alumni out there at Collins Stock, so that's a lot of fun. And then, of course, Saturday morning, it's the alumni football game. Of course, leading up to that, we have a couple events. We have a Clean Psych alumni breakfast and a free education seminar for ongoing credits for our Clean Psych department. Those that are in counseling, this is a great way you can get your credit hours for your ongoing education. That's happening. Our Women's Alliance of Nelson will be doing their brunch at 9:00 as well. And then at 11, we have our tailgate party out at Lumpkin Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's carnival-type atmosphere. We have bouncy castles. We have Dunkin' booths. Lots of food, hot dogs, free, everything. Most everything is free. I say most because we do have an entrepreneur fair that goes on as well, and that's where our alum who have businesses, started their own businesses, are able to come and sell stuff and do that. So it's a lot of fun.
I got to give you props. You have really worked at improving and developing the tailgate, and it's showing. We're having and again, this is a great time for you to bring your children out.
Oh yeah,
get to know Nelson University a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and then the football game happens.
Yeah,
and
at 2:00,
homecoming court.
Game. Yeah, and then we do homecoming king and queen, and so that's going to be exciting. Yeah, it's a great weekend, busy weekend. I'm already tired thinking about it, so but it's a lot of fun.
October 31st through November 2nd.
Yeah.
Also, and we'll talk about this probably at our next podcast, but we have a very exciting campus and community event. We have a lot of community comes out, families come out. It's Christmas at Nelson.
Oh yeah, my favorite event.
December 2nd on a Monday night.
Correct.
And we'll talk more about it, but there is snacks, cookies, hot chocolate, Santa Claus with photos, some
Petty
music.
Zoo.
Yep.
Our lights.
The lights on campus. If you've never seen the lights on campus, it's a pretty cool looking event.
We've done a lot in the past few years of promoting it to our community. We have great support from our community from this event. It's grown every year. Matter of fact, it's kind of created a challenge of, wow, we need to move everything out a little bit to handle the crowds. But it's a great problem to have because it's a fun event. Students get to make their own personal Christmas ornament. which most of them said, "Hey, I've kept mine for all 4 years," and it's an exciting thing.
It is. It's a great event, and that is December 2nd on our campus,
Yes.
1200 Sycamore, Waxahachie, Texas.
That's correct. Thank you.
All right. Well, we have we've had a good time. I don't know about anybody else,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
been
true.
great
Yeah.
catching up and talking.
Thank you
about
for listening in as we banter about.
Yes, and thanks again to White Rhino for allowing us to do this here.
Yeah, we appreciate your
You've
comment.
got some.
Thank you so much.
Some guys you want to recognize.
Yeah, I want to thank our digital media arts program because they've done a great job in getting everything set up, coming out, and just partnering with us. We want to thank our podcast and an engineer, Micah Herrera, and our cameraman is Austin Reyes, and they've done a bang-up job. I just want to really appreciate all the effort they put in.
Thanks, guys.
And making this a success, and hopefully you can make us sound good and look good.
Yep.
Now we're on camera, so yeah, we got to look good too. That's going to be the challenge.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to figure that
I
out.
don't know what kind of filter they're using.
Hopefully a lot. Well, see you next time.
All right, thank you.